Good morning, Tulane Westers. This is the recap of my day 8 of my Alaska 2026 epic adventure. I am in Watson Lake, Yukon Territory. Uh, I'm filming this the morning of day 9. So yesterday I started in Fort Nelson, British Columbia. I'm going to stop moving around so much. And ended up, like I said, in Watson Lake, Yukon Territory. It was a great day. So many things happened. Uh, could, I'm probably not going to remember them all. um, the weather. Well, first of all, the data, super simple. 329 total miles on the day. I had planned about 160 and doubled it. Go figure. And then I think I'm at 3114 total miles for the trip so far. Um, the the weather, we'll start with that. Weather yesterday was, I would say, mid 50s to lower 60s most of the day. Got a little bit cooler when I went up in elevation. I put my rain gear on for a short time period, and then later in the day it rained and storms were chasing me a little bit, but I didn't even bother putting the rain gear on. Everything was fine. Just a little bit of spitting here and there, but not a big deal. Um, the road, the road was pretty fantastic. Road conditions were good. A couple construction zones, not a big deal. I'm going to start mentioning them more because I think that's going to become a thing as we move forward here. A little bit of gravel, but nothing to even be concerned about. Speed limit is like when you're not in a little area where there's a gas station or something like that, it's usually 100 kilometers per hour, which is like 65. So just cruising along at a nice speed, good visibility. Um, the road was a mix of mountains, uh, long sweepers, just great, and some twisty turnies also mixed in there when we got up in elevation. The road along Muncho Lake was fabulous. Um, so yeah, the road itself, the ride was great. What did I see? Places I saw. So the first thing was Stone Mountain. Went up in elevation, maybe 30, 40 miles outside of Fort Nelson, pretty quick. Kind of got up over the top of that. I pulled over and took some pictures. By the way, all pictures and videos are posted already when I'm recording this. A couple guys leaving the lodge here. Stone Mountain was pretty cool. Then Summit Lake. I took a couple pictures by Summit Lake. That's, I guess, one of the highest lakes on the whole Alaska Highway, if I have that right. Then after that, uh, stopped at the Tetsa River Lodge. Had a cinnamon bun, which was fabulous. They're actually famous for them. And met a guy named Lucas. Lucas is, we'll go with Laid Back Lucas for his nickname. I believe he's from New York, but he's a surfer dude. He's traveling out here in a truck camper with his dog. I chatted with him while I was eating my cinnamon bun. He's a pretty cool dude. Been a lot of places in the world. Then I stopped at Toad River Lodge, had a burger there, a quick little lunch, and Crazy Carl was there, and another guy named Ian. Both these guys are like world travelers on their bikes, so very interesting. And then right before Muncho Lake, I needed gas, and I stopped at Double G Service, and Scott, we'll call him Sassy Scott, was there. Sassy Scott was out planting flowers in front of his place, and I gassed up, and we were chatting, and he gave me his viewpoints on the world and how our our governments should agree on the Canadian American border. He believes it should be vertical across the country instead of horizontal. He might be onto something. I think I might agree with him. Muncho Lake came after that. Muncho Lake is just gorgeous. It's this long lake, and the road just runs along the coastline of the lake. It was a little overcast, so the pictures probably didn't come out as good as some stuff you see online, but just beautiful. I pulled over a couple times there to try to take pictures. And then after Munch O Lake came the big payoff of the day. That was the Liard Hot Springs. Yes, that my third hot spring of this trip so far. This one was probably the best because it's all natural. It's not like a pool like the other ones, and very hot. I did take a video of that walk back there and a quick little video of the hot spring itself, so check that out if you're interested. And then after I had to make a decision then at that point on try to maybe camp there. There's a campground right there, or press on to Watson Lake. And that was about my GPS said 100 miles, and then when I actually started rolling, it turned to 130. So I decided to go to Watson Lake. I didn't have any lodging, and it was already like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So that last section, that last 130 miles or whatever, not a whole lot to see, but good riding. And I just kind of was flying along at 65, 70 miles an hour, and picked up some gas along the way, and I made it to Watson Lake. People, I already mentioned all of them. I keep running into Crazy Carl. Him and I actually had dinner last night. We ended up staying in the same place. We stayed at this place called the Air Force Lodge. Pretty cool. The owner of the place I think his name is Mike. He's another German guy, so very friendly. It's changing up here now, like where I'm at. It's more up north kind of feel. Everything is lodges and much more remote and small towns, so it's getting really cool. Animals, I think that's the last section for the day. I saw a fox early in the day. It was along the tree line. That was pretty cool. Not something you typically see. And then I did see a deer when I was at the Toad River Lodge having a burger. A guy came over by us. He said, "Hey, look, there's a moose swimming in the water over there." So there's like a little lake or pond or whatever behind the lodge. And sure enough, there's a big moose all the way up to its like neck and in the water. And he was like putting his head under the water and eating or whatever he was doing. I guess that's not something you typically see. So that was pretty cool. I got videos and pictures of that. And the bison herds, saw a ton of bisons after I got out of Munch O Lake area. And then I got pictures and videos of them. And then the last thing was I'm coming down this hill in this pretty far away, a couple 100 yards away, maybe 150 yards. This black thing comes jumping across the road. So I kind of slowed down a little bit because I wasn't sure what it was going to do. And then as I got closer, it jumped up onto the concrete little barrier. I don't know what it is. I tried to look it up. It's either a fisher or a marten or maybe a mink. It was black, had a little spot on it, not a skunk. I know what a skunk looks like, bigger than a skunk. Long bodied, short legs, big bushy tail. So that was pretty cool to be able to see that. I don't think that's a normal sighting. So no bears yesterday, or in today's video. Hopefully I see some more of them. I believe that's the most of the update here. Trying to keep these a little shorter. This one's 9 minutes already. Plan for today, day 9, is to get up to Whitehorse. That should be I don't know, another 300-mile day maybe, something like that. Which is, we're leaving early in the morning, so I'm usually on the road by 8, and you're riding till 4 or 5 o'clock. So take your time, stop, stretch your legs. It's not just grinding out miles. So should be another good day. It's a little overcast and sort of a light drizzle, spit rain thing going on right now. So I haven't looked at the weather yet to see what it's supposed to be like, but it is what it is. You press on because that's what you do. I believe that's it. Look for more pictures, videos, and I will talk to you guys again on my next daily update. Over and out.